Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my channel. Today is August 13th on a Friday. Spooky, right? And what's even more spooky is that Bitcoin has finally made a breakthrough on this daily time frame towards the 40. Well, it's getting close to 48,000 now. It was just at 37,000 a few days ago. Quite crazy, right? This is a very, very good bullish sign. Because for the past 4 days, Bitcoin wasn't able to break through the 46,000 level, and now it has finally made a really, really pretty breakthrough. And there's 3 hours and 42 minutes left for the candle bar to close, but based on what we're seeing right now, it's very, very promising that Bitcoin is definitely heading for 50,000 and even on track to make an all-time high. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is right. But before you decide to pour your your life's saving into buying Bitcoin, let's hold off and then wait for Bitcoin to make a correction a tiny bit. Then we'll be able to find our point of entry, because right now chances are, because it just made a breakthrough, the price will definitely fall down a little bit. A good practice will be to not to jump right into the market. Sometimes you might be right, because as people tend to do this, because especially for crypto, things tend to shoot up quite a bit like this, right? If you jump in here, you would have made a nice chunk of profit. But then here, look at these corrections here, right? If you jumped in here or here, then you should be safe. But if you jumped in here, you'll be able to enjoy all of these. But then again, what are you gonna do when the price level hits here? As long as you hold it, it's okay. But sometimes it works like this, right? So a sudden breakthrough and then all the way down here. Do you want to be that person? I don't want to be that person. And that's why we need to be cautious, especially when it makes a breakthrough like this. The game, this game, it's actually not about winning. This game is about losing, because we're all in this playing this gambling sort of probability game. Everybody's guessing where the price, where the market is heading to, and then you place your bets. I place my bet. If you win, you make money. If you lose, you lose money. So but in order to survive, in order to continue to play, you will need to be able to stay alive in this market. And the best way to stay alive is to watch how you're losing your game. So in a way, trading, especially trading futures, especially trading cryptocurrency futures, the number one rule, and the most important rule, is to stay alive. And how do you stay alive? How do you avoid the possibility of a liquidation? You are right. Be extremely cautious and always set up a stop loss. Know how much you want to lose beforehand. Have a plan. Plan out your stop loss, plan out your profit taking, when you're going to get into the market, when are you going to get out, and avoid chasing higher prices. That's another thing that you should definitely be paying attention to. All right. So because why some people doesn't get this concept, right? Some people that you all hear about, this somebody named Peter poured his life saving into Bitcoin futures trading with 100x leverage, and he bet it on the right side, and he made $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $10 million. We all have heard about this story, but the thing is, the reason that you're hearing about these stories is because they are spectacular, meaning they don't happen very often, right? If it happens on a daily basis, it wouldn't be a story material. And that means that there's very little chance for this to happen again. And why do you think that you will have that opportunity to do something like that? And what's more often than not is that people bet on the wrong side, not having a proper stop loss, ended up losing all of their life saving. And stories like these doesn't appear on the news feed because it happens very often and people don't care about them. So if you want to trade, I guess you are because you're watching my channel. The most important thing really is to stay alive, always have a stop loss, and follow all the important rules, and then have your own system, so that you will be able to play this game for the long run. If you survive long enough, eventually you will be able to hit your jackpot, right? You have to, every time you lose a tiny bit of amount of money, but when you win big. That's the strategy that everybody's going for. At least the winners, majority of them are using these kind of strategy. When they bet against the market, or when they bet wrong, the punishment is not that severe, but when you're right, the reward is tremendous. So having said that, let's look at how we can get into the market today, and then at least this is how I will trade. Let's look at the daily time frame for Bitcoin. Mostly, I'm gonna focus on Bitcoin today because on trading markets like these, Bitcoin basically dictates how other coins are doing. And let's look at Bitcoin. Very nice breakout. Let me clear this out a little bit. I want to make it clean. If you follow me, you probably can tell that I like my charts clean. Not like some other people who have crazy amount of indicators set up on their chart. I just like my chart clean so that I can see clearly where everything is heading, right? And zoom out, clean, no indicators at all. This is the setup that I like and enjoy, and I have great success with, because a lot of those indicators, you can't say that they're not useful. A lot of them are very useful and then accurate, but only within a certain restricted period of time or special conditions, under very special conditions. But the key challenge is that you don't know under what condition they work and under what condition they stop working. So the gas is really hard, and I have had great success just by looking at the chart, because with just looking at the bear chart, you get the most important thing from this market, and that's always right. First of all, it's a price. The current price, because the price is right. It's a fact. You cannot say that the Bitcoin's price is not 47, 60, 51, 651 right now, because it is, right? There's no argument about that. It's a fact. And also, what you can see is some sort of trend. You can see this very nice bullish trend. This is a nice trend. You can also see this is a bearish trend here, and then consolidation, further consolidation, and then you can see how this entire thing, the trend, goes from bearish to consolidation, and then again to bullish, right? And you can see how the trend is. And if you zoom out even further, you can see how how well. And if you zoom out, if you zoom out even further, you can see the trend from even further And this is telling us what we should do already. Because with the trend and the price, you can find out where the support and resistance are. This will be it. So this is for the day level, support and resistance. You don't have to be very accurate because it's just support and resistance. The concept of support resistance, as I've always been saying, is a area. There's, even though some people tend to use a line, I think it's misleading. You really need to think about support resistance as a fact of it's a matter of area, not just a line, so that you don't get corner. You don't corner yourself into thinking that certain price have to hit this line, because a line can be just one price, but as a matter of fact, it's just this entire area. So some people tend to do, when they draw support and resistance, they tend to draw a bracket. Let me see if I can find the bracket tool. TradingView is very powerful, but sometimes, rectangle. There we go. Some people tend to do something like this. I'll make it smaller. Here you go. And then I'll draw another one. Look at this. Oh. Yeah, that's why I don't like to use this tool, because it's not that... Okay, there we go. It's not that convenient. But then again, it kind of tells you that support resistance is an area, so that you don't get lost. And once you outline the support and resistance here, you can really see how the market is going. And another thing that we're going to adapt here is called the Adam theory of the market. What it does really is it tells you how you can predict where the market is going, right? Because there's this very nice major breakout. Let me take these rectangles off. I'm not a big fan. Just remember that support and resistance is an area. And then let's get back to Adam theory, right? What Adam theory is telling us is that if you have a major breakout like this, the market could potentially go like this. So, it can flip based on this chart, and then it'll go to where this chart is. What I mean is, really, if you have this drawing tool, a screen capture tool, and then if you flipped it, if you flip it like this, move it around, you can see potentially where everything else is going. So chances are you might go to 50,000. Look at this. Yeah, it's aiming for 49,000, 50,000. But before that, Adam theory is telling us, because this is just a prediction, right? It'll go up, and then it'll come back, and then it'll come back here. So this is one way of how the market can go. It's not the truth, but it's just one possibility. Some people tend to do that. And what will make this work is that if there's only two ways for the market to develop from this point on. It can either go all the way down like this, because there's just too much here, or it could go down a little bit and then bounces back, retest the 46,000 area, and then shoot for 50,000. So these are the two scenarios that can happen, and we'll need to be prepared for both, because I'm not an oracle. I can't tell where the market is going. If you know somebody who can, do let me know. But since we cannot tell where the market is going, we have to plan for both scenario. And then if the price keeps moving according to our plan, there will be one side that has increasing probability, then we can bet alongside with that. So basically, trading, especially trading futures, especially trading cryptocurrency futures, is a game of probability. All we're doing is to find out which scenario has the higher probability, and then we can bet along it. And if it doesn't work out, because we have very tight stop loss, we don't lose a lot of money. But if we happen to be right, there's a lot of money that we can earn. So that's basically the strategies that I'm adopting most of the time. Now that we know something has happened, this breakout, very nice breakout has happened, we want to be zooming into the chart and look for a potential trading plan. I sort of, 4 hour, it's pretty straightforward. I guess not much can be done here. Let's look at 1 hour, right? I'm gonna reset the chart, zoom it, center it. Okay, very nice breakout. I love it. But it's, look at this. So that's why I told you guys, do not buy, do not follow, a major breakout like this, because chances are if you bought here, you'll be in a very bad position right now, because you have already lost a few $1,000s right here. So it always comes back. It always comes back. And what might happen really is that it probably will come back like this, retesting the support, the previously resistance, now support at 46,000. And if the retesting is successful, it will bounce back to a further high. If the retesting is not successful, it might go right like this. So what we can really do here is to wait for the price to come down to 46,665, around that area, that is. Or we can wait at 43,663. It might not come down right away. There are a couple of support resistance within the hour line here, so chances are it might stop here if this support didn't work out. But because that's the next step, we're not overly concerned with this. And let's plan out for what we're gonna do for the next few hours. Okay, so let's zoom in to the 15-minute time frame. Look, it's already making a comeback. I think it's going to test here. It's going to test here. So what we're gonna do? What are we gonna do? We're gonna wait for the price to hit here, and then verify if this support it's capable enough to hold the price. And right now we're not going to do anything else. So I'm going to set up an alert here. If the price come down here, I'll come back to the computer, analyze the current situation, look for signs that this line is a strong enough support. Then, if it is, this will be our point of entry. So our point of entry will also be in the area. I'll get in when the price hits here, and then not. I'll get in when the price hits the support line here. Look, it's coming down like very fast. But somebody bought here. Somebody bought here, or else it wouldn't be this high, the price. So don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Let's look at 5 minutes. Okay, so yep, it's going down like what we have planned. Okay, so I guess that's it. We'll just have to wait until the price come down to a reasonable level. Then we'll come back to the market and then analyze it by that time. Looking at how slow it's going, it's probably not going to come down right all the way here. It could probably stop here or here. You never know, right? It could be here, it could be here, it could be here. That's why it's always a good idea to come back and check every hour or so to make sure that you don't lose the opportunity to get into the market. But also you don't get into the market too early. This is the deal, right? Okay, so I guess that's it for today. Not for today. That's it for this morning. That's it for this afternoon. Geez. It's super hot here in my office, and I can't think very well. That's probably a sign that I shouldn't be trading today. Oh well. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna be waiting for the price to come down here. That's it, folks. Thank you. I'll see you in a while. Bye bye.